The earliest surviving statement about Paul's letters describes them in the following way. There are some things in them hard to understand, which the ignorant and unstable twist to their own destruction. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16, New Revised Standard Version, Updated Edition. That might be a disturbing acknowledgement, especially for those who read Paul's writings as sacred scripture. If someone much closer to Paul's day, someone who shared many of Paul's cultural assumptions, considered Paul difficult to comprehend, then how likely is it that we modern readers will understand him? It's a potentially troubling claim for another reason, too. It contradicts what some Christians call the doctrine of the perspicuity, or in regular English, the clarity of the Bible. Consider, for instance, the words of Martin Luther, one of the key figures of the Protestant Reformation, on the Bible's clear message. It is true that for many people much remains abstruse, but this is not due to the obscurity of Scripture, but to the blindness or indolence of those who will not take the trouble to look at the very clearest truth. Luther here places the blame for any difficulties readers might have in interpreting the Bible on the readers themselves. It's their fault, one arising out of human blasphemy and perversity, not the Bible's fault. But contrary to Luther, the author of 2 Peter states, perspicuously I might add, that it is Paul's letters themselves that are, at least in places, obscure, and therefore challenging to interpret, and it is their very obscurity that makes them susceptible to misuse and to being twisted. It is 2 Peter's assessment of Paul's letters that later came to be preserved within the boundaries of the New Testament and consequently stands as a canonical judgment for Christians on just how obscure parts of Paul's letters are. To admit, then, that Paul's letters are difficult to understand, and therefore to be willing to question whether common readings of his letters are accurate, is not only fair game, but also downright biblical. Beware of any person who claims that Paul's letters are crystal clear, or who asserts that they understand everything in them.